Alright, working on the 68 Valiant today. I knew for sure I needed ball joints. And the thing that gave that away actually is this is the lower control arm for this side, and I'll show you on the other side when I take it apart. This isn't supposed to be here. Show you what they did. I mean, obviously you can see this is completely worn out. Somebody decided a good fix was to take this hard piece of rubber, I don't know what it's from, cut a hole in it, then make a slit in it, and then jam it in there like that to fix it. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I gotta take this thing apart. This weekend is taking it apart, and next weekend putting it back together, and hopefully it'll only be down 2 weeks. Go over to this side and just show you what it looks like put together. I haven't done anything on this side except for take the tire off, and you can see these boots on these tie rod ends are all worn out. So start on, and you want to get yourself a can of like PB Blaster WD-40. Get in here. I just got in here, start squirting everything you're going to be taking apart. And like I said, when I did the other side, it all came apart pretty easily. I really didn't have too much trouble. I was surprised. This car is not that rusty. I think this car is from Texas, and it makes sense because the interior is completely trashed, but the body's not that rusty. So that's kind of typical of a car that's in a really hot climate like that for a long time. Yeah, so what I did first, because I'm going to take the whole spindle. Oh my god, that's on there. The other one was pretty loose. Alright, this is crazy, but I've been trying for like 30 minutes and I cannot get this drum off. So what I'm going to do is basically take it off. The lower control arm will stay attached to it, and then I can lay it on the ground and squirt penetrating oil in there and just let it sit. I really don't know what else to do. I've been beating on it, and I don't know. I'll look up some tricks, but as of right now, I cannot get that off. So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna take this. Actually, I think I did the upper ball joint first. Yeah, get my needle nose. So there's a little cotter pin in here you gotta get. There we go. Finally. Alright. So now turn it this way. Yep. So this one is a 11/16. Loose. And pretty much these you just have to, once you break them free. Get my breaker bar here. As you notice, my breaker bar is just a piece of pipe. But it works. Wow, that came right out. So, leverage is your friend. Got that nut off. And now here's where you need your little ball joint fork dealy. There, put it. Alright, so you're gonna put it in there like that. Get your big heavy hammer. Alright, I'm gonna stand up with this actually. And I'm just gonna put that in there and Easy as that. Alright, so we got that free. Now, I want to get this lower tie rod and the lower ball joint. Then all that'll come off. Let me move this. Alright, let's get some WD-40 in there. See, this is what I was talking about, that rubber. They just stuck this piece of rubber in here, and it's crazy. Instead of fixing the ball joint. I know there were like 5 people that owned this car before me that didn't know what the hell they were doing. Not that I know what I'm doing, but they really didn't know what the hell they were doing. This tie rod, this is all the same deal. Basically just undo the cotter pin, undo the nut, pry it apart. Alright. I just messed it up, but I mean, you can see that boot is just, that's destroyed. So, oh, that's getting replaced. Alright. Now, same deal here. So now we're going after the lower ball joint, and it is yet a different size. I'm pretty sure 7/8, I think. Maybe the cotter pin's still in there. All right, so get the cotter pin out first, then we shall see. Put that nut back on. Just a good way to keep track of all your parts. If you, once you take something apart, just putting the nut back on the bolt. Even though the new stuff's going to come with nuts, you know, you never know. You might need it. It's good to keep it all together so you don't get confused. There we go. Alright, so this is what? Yeah, 7/8. So now, if I remember from the other side, this was, the lower ball joint was the tougher one to get off. And I had the drum off on that side because basically you undo these two studs right here and the drum separates from the lower control arm. But since I can't get this cover off this drum, I can't get to the other side of those bolts, so I'm going to have to get it off without taking the drum off, which I should be able to, I think. We'll find out. Alright, so we need and this fork barely fits in here. You can get a couple different size forks, and this one's really almost too small, but it does go in there. Stuck in there now. Alright. See if I can break it free this way. Alright, let's try another angle here. If we go through this way, we're not going to hit anything. Alright. Alright. Shit. Alright. So, now what? Not gonna be an option. Ooh. Can try something. This nut back on. Basically doing this because a little bit more right there. I'm gonna hammer on the top of this bolt and try to just knock it out that way, but I want to leave that nut on there so that it doesn't mushroom out, and then it'll be really stuck. So, can I get a hammer in here? Kinda. Good God. That fucking thing's in there. Oh, I got it. Yay! Hooray! More than one way to skin a cat. Alright. There we go. Beautiful.